Hi, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. On August the 14th, my pretty little variegated hibiscus bloomed. How pretty is this? I love the way the stamen hangs down like a pendulum. Today is August the 18th, and on the 16th we had chances of rain and cooler weather, and I think it's supposed to last for a week or so, which is great. We missed the rain, which is beginning to be normal for us. I hate the idea of that, but hopefully we'll still get some someday. But I did want to show you a few things that came out just with the cooler weather. And the number one thing is this. This is just how I imagined that it would look like when I put this pretty pink and white in this little pink tiny strawberry pot. And I thought, oh, that's going to look beautiful. But it had not yet looked beautiful until today. And this is just what I think it was supposed to do. But Oklahoma summer almost prevented it until God granted us to be in the 90s, lower 90s, and in the 80s in August for a few days. Don't you wish we could just keep that better weather for a long, long time? And this hibiscus, this is a Copper King hibiscus, and it bloomed for me today. These blooms, of course, only last a day, but you can tell there's more that are going to be coming on, hopefully. Isn't it beautiful? Can you see the raindrops on the spider web there? So, Saturday, the 20th of August, we did get rain. There's not anybody that wasn't wanting and welcoming and praying for that rain, and it's such a welcome thing. Saturday, I also went to a family reunion with some of my cousins, and oh, it was beautiful. I'll show you the pictures. They had not only a garden, two gardens, and also structure, just beautiful structures in there. And I will definitely try to show you some of those when I put this post on. But they had like gazebos, a pond with a waterfall, and I'm just not thinking of all the things so much, though, that's so pretty, and I enjoyed it so much, not to mention just enjoying family. I was planning on watering when I got back, and I sat down in the chair and couldn't seem to move, and then I fell asleep, and then I got up and looked out the window thinking, oh, I wish it would rain, and it had rained just a little, just enough that I didn't have to Saturday night, and then Sunday morning we got some good rain in our rain gauge. So this is my cousin that did all the gardens and all the structure work. And these are some of my cousins that said I could put them on my YouTube channel. So, but isn't it gorgeous? I'm fascinated with the pond and the water and the structure. That's my sister in the back. Isn't she beautiful? And so, he had lots of pretty flowers. Some we got alike. And this was only one of his roses. He had several in a rose garden just adjacent to this where that chair was, just on past it. And all of this beauty is something that he did this year. I've been going a long time on mine, and it's just a never-ending process. But it's so beautiful. You had hummingbirds flying everywhere, and I did get one, a picture of one. And then this was on the way back to my other cousin's house. They live really close to each other, and he did this work also for her. I'm sure she was out there helping with the planting and choosing and all of that, but it was so pretty. I'm sure everybody enjoyed it. It just makes the whole atmosphere, even though you're enjoying your family, it's something wonderful to get to do it in an atmosphere like this. So I just want to say thank you to my cousins for getting us all together and for doing it in a place so beautiful that we would have enjoyed it even if we weren't enjoying each other, which of course we did. So this is Sunday afternoon, and look at our rain gauge. Isn't it just wonderful? So exciting to get the rain at such a much needed time. Don't you just know all the garden is just lapping up this wonderful moisture? After rain, though, I'll definitely need to get out here and trim off my weeping willow tree because it just hangs down. It's gonna try to cover up everything. So I think it's beautiful, but I just don't want it hanging down to where you can't see underneath it. My cousins also had beautiful, like, concrete walkways, so it was just gorgeous and I just loved it. This would be such a perfect time to plant or transplant or start something from a little cutting, and I really do want to do some of that. I hope I get to, but also I'm anxious to. This would be a good time to go somewhere, and I would cut because I could get away from the garden without it dying on me in the process. And I would love to go see my sister that I have her movie made. I would love to see several of my sisters and see my daughter and even my middle daughter. So, I mean, there's just so much I would love to do, but I'll just have to see if I get any of that done. Even the clippings in the garden I may not be able to get done. There's so much I'm actually trying to get someone who's helping me, and he's trying to get my website up for me, so I've had to have it down for a good while, and I'm going to be trying again to sell the DVDs online. So if you're interested, please look that up and purchase one of those. I would love to get them going again. They are beautiful. It's not just to me talking. It's to people that can singing, and most of it is, well, all of it is for the glory of God. Even the ones that are not religious that are on there, but they're all for God's glory. With our wonderful rain, it gives me a chance to have a few moments, maybe a day or two. Actually, I've had two already, of freedom from having to water, and we may get some more, and I know I should be so excited, and truly I am, but I'm still so overwhelmed from everything I've been doing, and I don't know which thing to stop doing for a moment, except of course watering. I don't have to do that, praise the Lord, but I want to do so much. I'm still making a movie, and I'm so stumped on it right now that I came outside specifically to try to clear my head a bit, because I'll be like, I've already used that picture, and oh no, these pictures all come before that picture, and I'll have to go back and redo that, and I'm just having a struggle this morning. But aside from the struggle, the movie is coming along, and I'm just so proud of it so far, even though right now I'm wondering how I'm going to ever get it back to where I'm proud of it again. But with the help and grace of God and a little stick-to-itiveness, I think I'll get it done. I've got to go over here and get this for you. Isn't that beautiful this morning? And now the sun is coming out, so You know, that's another thing I would love to do, is to get out here and do some work in here while the ground is soft. And some of these coleus need to be clipped back, and then others I need to find some to put in the empty spots. Look at this pretty fan flower. That's the best I've ever had it be. It's this long of a time before it goes away. Maybe it won't go away this time. That's great. Even the salvia is looking beautiful today. You know, it's thanking God for that wonderful rain. It's the perfect time to do almost everything, and that's just it. I want to do it all, and I can't do it all by any means. I don't know whether to stay on my movie and just keep going so that I'll finally finish it, or to take a break and go get something else done. I would love to go see my sister, whose movie I have made, and give it to her, but I don't know if that's a good idea either. She will be up to see Mom, and I can meet her there, which probably be the best thing to do, but we'll see. I did put some buckets under the downspouts so that I can water some of the things that are up under the eaves of the house, and that can get some of that wonderful nourishment from God too. Look at this tiny little pot full of beautiful red coleus. I'm going to reach down here and kind of show you just how small of a little pot that is, and yet this little coleus is doing wonderful there. You can tell it had a bad day when that heat was on, but it's coming out of it wonderfully well. Matter of fact, I think I'll go ahead and take this one off, and then nobody will ever know the difference. The beautiful coleus that I had right here went ahead and died in that heat, and then I put a little redhead coleus there and just a little start, and of course it promptly wilted down, but I clipped the dead parts off, or some of them. I can see there's another dead part right there, but I clipped the dead parts off, and we got that rain, and they're coming back at before the season's over. They'll probably be big and beautiful. Whoa, look at this rose moss bloom. How it loved that rain. We are so lucky, the garden and I and everybody who got that rain, because it made it cooler. We're having a reprieve in August Bliss, and my husband and I came out and got almost all of these, but I'm seeing we missed this whole little spot right back here of the old dead stalks from the daylilies, so I'll take those in maybe right here in a minute. So we missed quite a few, but we took off a whole lot more. And on the way back from taking off my garden debris, my husband had a flat, and of course he could not reach me. I was out here in the garden watering, and I watered till after dark, and then when I went in and realized he wasn't already home, because I figured he had beat me in, and I just was too busy to look up and see if the vehicle was there, but when I realized it wasn't, I knew something was up, so I called him, and he was pulling in, and I want to say God bless the young man that stopped and helped him with that flat. I'm still not sure you can beat the people in Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I love all the seasons. even if summer season is too hot, and it is just too hot. Look, I have a new dahlia bloom. Look at this pretty annual butterfly weed in bloom. Isn't it gorgeous? I can't help but love red and yellow. I know it's a little bold, but I just love it. It's so eye-catching. And this just came up volunteer, I think. I mean, I had one in there last year. I don't know if it came back. I was planting a few. I think I tried to plant one inside this little pot, but this one is growing up beside it. So I don't know if this is one that I dropped or if it's one that the mother plant dropped. But either way, I'm glad it's here. Oh my goodness, that rain made this little Jacob's ladder go crazy. Look at that. It's just all over the place, and it was just so sparse, but it was beginning to come out of it a little. I had put some plant food on it that seemed to help it a lot, but after that rain it is just really filled out. I think I will go in and work on my movie a little bit more, but maybe I can come out a little bit later when it's a little cooler this evening, and maybe I can still take some of the, like this one that needs clipped off. This one that's in the top, it's tall, but it's so much taller than the rest of them that it doesn't look good to me. I need to get it clipped down a little or put some taller ones there beside it and let it just have a prettier look to it. And of course, that's not the only place that I need to do things like that in. It's just all over that it needs some attention. But even if it doesn't get any as much attention as it needs, it'll get some. I'll try to keep it at least from dying completely like I was before. And I'm hoping that it doesn't go back to being quite so miserably hot. But even if it should, I hope I'll keep it going a little bit. But like I was beginning to say, even if I don't get it, I've got the movies done. And that's a promise that I made and was able to keep. So that's worth a lot right there. And maybe after I get all that done, I'll have a little more time. Does anybody else feel like time is just elusive? There's never enough of it. And I noticed, of course, in this little pot that zinnia, even though it's not a really tall zinnia, it's so far up above the others, it needs to be clipped back too, but not until we can enjoy this beautiful full bloom on that relatively small little Zaharazini. You know, I don't have time to do those movies and this garden. Look at this, weeds, trees growing up. I need to be out here getting that out of there, but I still can't let go of doing the movies. Once I get them done, I'll have that off my mind, and we'll have beautiful memories in the shape of a story of their lives, of our lives. Each one of my family's story is also my story. But truly everywhere I look, there's things I need to be doing, like getting these old ones clipped off, just filling up pots where things have died out. There's just no end to what needs to be done in the garden. See this yellow and pink combination? That is what I wanted in this little container right here, but they did not come up, so I just put some more shorter zinnias in here, and we'll see what we get. These are probably all the Zahara zinnias, which do have a big, full, beautiful bloom, like is on an actual tall zinnia, but on a shorter one, and they're very pretty. I just want to thank the Lord for the rain. It was wonderful. Just because I knew we might get it encouraged me to go to my cousin's reunion because I just didn't see how I could fit it in and keep the garden alive and keep myself going even a little on the movie. So, but it just worked out so wonderfully. The Lord just blessed us with that wonderful rain. I and the garden we are just thrilled. We're just enjoying it so much and have a whole different outlook, and we know that fall is coming. Usually it does not come in August, so we are totally having just August bliss right now. Please be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel.